All right. First. Oh, really? No tea. About purse. Easy. 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 What's up, everybody? What's up, bubs? Um, we're gonna actually. I was thinking about skipping the video, but I think we're still gonna watch it. Oh, I don't even have that account pulled up. Hold on. We're gonna be doing some other stuff later. So I was thinking about quitting the video or not watching the video, but I think we're still gonna watch it. Well,
The Athenian Acropolis must have...
I miss Manuel Bravo, bro. We watched a lot of his videos. He's got more on cathedrals, so we'll watch more of him later, but I miss watching Manuel Bravo. We've got a few auto crafting, auto sorting videos we're gonna watch later, so we'll get into that. But I guess let's finish this video. Let's see, I also added a whole bunch of other videos, a bunch of other stuff we'll watch. Oh, where are we? Right here. Good morning. What's up? Turn the music. Right there. All right. We're gonna finish this. We've got like, can't see the time stamp. We got like 20 minutes left, 15, 20 minutes left. And this will be the last that we see of Francis Morone. It's been pretty awesome. Been very much enjoying his videos. All right, it's time to learn. Let's get it.
Moved in to Diocletian's palace was. So as
Triumphal
we
arches and
down,
columns.
let's look at what's most important among the inheritances from our inheritances from Roman architecture. And that begins with what may be the most characterizing Roman form of them all. I mean, we have quadrigas and rostral columns and this and that, but the triumphal arch was a very specifically Roman thing. Greeks had no triumphal arches, but everybody's had triumphal arches since the Romans.
Yeah, let's
we
go.
Americans, or the Americans among us, since not everybody listening in is from the US, not least among those builders of triumphal arches in the wake of the Romans. The Arch of Titus.
Wasn't Trump gonna make an arch? One sec. I bet if I just search like Trump arch. Oh yeah, check it out. People are hating on this, but looking at it, it's pretty ballin'. Yeah, dude. That's actually sick. nice. Okay.
Is made of Pentelic marble, which is the
I
marble
just
of
remember
the
seeing that on like
Acropolis in
Twitter.
Athens. And there's some really beautiful high relief carving on the Arch of Titus. It's a wonderful arch. It is a single arch, triumphal arch, notable for the very prominent attic, which is prominent not least because it must bear
Attic is
a very
this?
long inscription, which is an important element in Roman triumphal arches. The inscription tells you a story. It is meant to be read. Here's
Hold on. One nation under God. W. That's sick. I was gonna say, what's on the Trump Arch? Washington Triumphal Arch. I'm not gonna call it the Trump Arch.
another view. And as you can see, the beautiful spandrel figures in the arch of the
That
winged
one's also
angels.
this one's
That,
also a single
imagery,
kind of. It's got like these
that
fake
specific spandrel imagery
sides.
has been very influential down through the years. We see it in Byzantine art, we see it in the Renaissance, we see it in 20th century New York. This is this is the Arch of Septimius Severus is
We built this.
more elaborate in the sense that it has 3 openings, a high central opening and 2 lower flanking openings.
I like the 3
It
openings
has
a
the
lot.
big attic. The sculpture, so far as we can make out, is fine, but maybe not as good. And there we see the vaulted passage through the arch. Canaletto's painting of the Arch of Septimius Severus.
Oh, was
This
it?
finally is the Arch of Constantine from
Look at
as
that.
late
on.
as
It was like submerged in the ground. I wonder if they dug it out.
finally is the Arch of Constantine from as late as AD
Arch
312.
of Constantine.
The statues in the tablature are very, very effective. And the triumphal arch is important not because people have gone on building triumphal arches, freestanding triumphal arches, although, you know, there are certainly those. There is the Arc de Triomphe de l'Étoile in Paris, and the Arc de Triomphe du Carrousel in Paris, and there is
Hold on. We'll keep
the
them going.
Washington Square Arch in New York and Great Arch in Brooklyn. Arches, freestanding arches everywhere. But rather, it is a design resource for the way that it has sort of generated whole building designs. Nowhere is that more obvious than in Alberti Sant'Andrea in Mantua, where the whole building inside and out is basically based on the triumphal arch motif. It's a series of triumphal arches that are that form these shallower and longer barrel vaults. And if you were to look around New York, you would see in a building like the Apthorpe apartment building on Broadway between 78th and 79th Streets, this great triumphal arch, which is embedded in the center of the building, which forms the entrance to the building's courtyard through that very impressive vault.
There's actually an apartment building down the street from me that has this. It's a really nice bougie place with like a fountain in the courtyard. It has this sort of arch with a gate and everything to get in.
And I must say that although the artists were anonymous, the figures, the spandrel figures, are absolutely first rate. Now, just let me say a quick word about Trajan's column. This is another commemorative form, like quadriga, like a triumphal arch, a high column surmounted by a statue. This isn't a rostral column. It's a commemorative column, though, which is decorated around the column shaft by an amazing number of images. images that are all, I'm sorry, I just, from the Dacian Wars, which had been won by Trajan. There are 155 scenes depicted in the minutest detail. This is absolutely thrilling stuff. I doubt that the Romans ever did anything in sculpture to equal Trajan's column. And yet, what's kind of amazing is that never at any point has it been possible to study it up close, with the consequence that there is some likelihood that no human being has ever studied all the images on Trajan's column. And it's even possible that not all the images have even been photographed, which is just sort of mind-boggling. I just thought I'd throw these in, not that they work in this context. And then there's the column of Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius, you know, some of these
That one's
Romans are
sick.
very chic figures today, the Stoics. You know, we met the founding Stoic, Zeno of Citium, last week. But a lot of these Romans were Stoic philosophers. Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, those two in particular, are very fashionable today, because I don't know why this is. There's just so much about the world that I find utterly mysterious, but they're very fashionable among Silicon Valley tech millionaires.
That's okay. That makes sense. I actually see a ton of like hype edits on X or on Twitter with like quotes from Marcus Aurelius. It's like hyper masculine hype edits, like getting you amped up, like gym bro, gym rat type. I don't know. It's interesting. That's actually how I know Marcus Aurelius.
But anyway, you hear about them all the time. I mean, you'll open up a copy of, you know, Fast Company magazine, and there'll be an article about, you know, how to think like Marcus Aurelius. I'm not making this up. And,
It's true.
And Bill Clinton claimed to be like a devotee of Marcus Aurelius. I've always thought that Marcus Aurelius was a guy that if I met him, I would not like him, but however that may be, I'm happy to report, based on that his column just doesn't hold a candle to Trajan's column. It has some impressive imagery, but it's just not as good. The detail is nowhere near as good. I mean, nowhere near as good. So anyway, you have that. This is the location of Marcus Aurelius's column, just in case you're wondering. Okay, and now we come to the Colosseum. The Colosseum is one of the most famous buildings in the world. It's one of the great tourist attractions of Rome. It's a building which has riveted the attention of painters over the years. And yet, as landmarks go, has there ever been a landmark building that is just so associated with blood and squalor as the Colosseum? It was enormous. There was space for well more than 100,000 spectators.
Yeah, crazy.
It had 76 numbered exits and entrances. I mean, this thing was on a vast scale, and what's more, it was used for 700 years.
700. That's crazy.
What is it about it architecturally that is of note? And this is the building that, above all others, to me, tells us what exactly the Greek orders meant to the Romans. When you build,
we talked about, where we've seen videos about this before. They did Doric, Ionic, Corinthian, and then engaged pilasters top with the Corinthian.
Building based on the arch. You have no structural need of columns. The arches are supported on thick piers, and you can see that. You can see in this image to the right, where the columns that are affixed to the front of the Colosseum are no longer. You can see those thick piers, and you can see that the removal of the columns from in front of those piers does not cause the building to collapse. If you remove the columns of the Parthenon, the building collapses. Remove the columns from many Roman buildings, the building doesn't collapse. So, what's the deal with that? Why are the Romans still using the Greek columns if they are building buildings that have a structural system that doesn't require the columns?
Got a cross on there. I wonder. I feel like it was reused for something when the Christians or when the Romans converted to Christianity. I think I remember someone saying something about
And
that.
this is the great contribution that the Romans made to Western architecture. This is what is stressed by Sir John Summerson in his great little book, The Classical Language of Architecture. It is that they transformed the Greek orders into something purely ornamental. Now, if you were weaned on sort of the worldview of much, not all, but much of modern architecture, then that sounds like a damning thing to say. They took something structural and they made it merely ornamental. That's sort of, if you were to say, instead, you hear somebody say they made it purely ornamental, and you sort of translate that in your head to merely ornamental. The Romans didn't think they were doing anything mere at all. They were not least paying homage to the Greeks, but also acknowledging that the Greeks had created a kind of language based on these columns. And that language was something that existed apart from the structure of the building. That the structure of the building wasn't what spoke, it was the forms in which that the structure was created. In this case, that is Doric columns, Ionic columns, and Corinthian columns. So the Romans took these columns and their entablatures, the whole order, and they placed them on the front of the building. And so wherever we see a building with arches and piers, and then a column that is placed in front of the pier, or we may say superimposed in front of the pier, we call that the Colosseum motif. Not that the Colosseum was the first building to do this, but it is certainly the most famous and obvious building to do this. There's the Colosseum in its setting. See, I get carried away with the red arrows sometimes, and there you are again. Now, there's another thing about, here's an example of the Colosseum motif. This is Sansovino's Palazzo Corner in Venice, not to be confused with the Palazzo Correr in Venice. But here you see he's placed double columns in front of the piers between the arches.
Oh, yeah, look.
This is an example of the Colosseum motif. Here's Giulio Romano.
We've seen this before. These are crazy. It's like the flutes are or spiral.
The weird Giulio Romano using those twisty Solomonic columns in front of the piers of his arcade.
Looks goofy.
That's the Colosseum motif. And right around the corner from ICAA's national headquarters is this perfectly ordinary 1917 office building. Not anything you'd look at twice if you were walking past it. But what do you have right there, looking right out at you on Fifth Avenue, but one of approximately 1,000 examples of the Colosseum motif to be found in New York City. And then there's another thing. Look at the very top story of the Colosseum. First of all, the Colosseum has an arrangement, story by story, of columns with Doric columns on the bottom, Ionic columns on the top, Corinthian columns above those. It is always done that way. And it's because of the apparent strength of the columns that you want the one with the greatest apparent strength on the bottom, where it appears, it's not actually, but it appears to be holding the most weight. That would be the Doric. Ionic, the second strongest. The Corinthian, is all kind of like fluttery and floral, so that's up top. But on the Attic story of the Colosseum, we have that thing that we call the pilaster.
Pilaster. I always say it wrong.
Which is the flat representation in relief of a classical column. So it is a substitute for a column. It has a column base,
it's a square engaged column,
capital, and it actually carries a full entablature as though it were a column. And you'll remember my last week saying that the Greeks employed not pilasters, but these things called ante, that, such as in the Tragic Monument of Thrasyllis, where I showed this and I said that whereas normally the Greek ante were just thick piers at the ends of temple fronts that actually were structural, in this particular work from 320 BC, they actually are given column capitals. And
I'm pretty sure Karagic means in a tribute to. So this was a tribute to a choir.
that may be regarded as the birth
Specifically,
of
this one
the
was.
pilaster, which is another one of those things that the Romans would employ now and again, and that come the Italian Renaissance would be employed all the time. So let me just finish up here by showing you one thing that amuses me very greatly. This is an apartment building from the on Fifth Avenue in New York, 927 Fifth Avenue, a building that's very famous because it's the home of a red-tailed hawk that has become a kind of New York celebrity named Pale Male. But what has always struck me about this building, and again, so hard to photograph, but there is an eagle on the front of this building with a wreath round it. And then the wings of the eagle, as you can see, extend beyond that wreath, and there's a fluttering ribbon below to either side of the wreath. It's a very arresting image, a beautiful image, beautifully carved of an eagle. That eagle is what we call Trajan's eagle. There is a church in Trajan's Forum in Rome that has a panel with this eagle on it. And it actually was removed from another structure in the Forum that is no longer and placed on the church that it's on now. But it was rendered by Piranesi, that's Trajan's eagle. And that image was borrowed by when they designed that building. And I love the fact that Pale Male, the red-tailed hawk, of all the buildings on Fifth Avenue that it might have made home, chose a building that was ornamented with Trajan's eagle, as though it saw fellow birds on the front of the building and went to nest on that building because of that. But I also, quite apart from Pale Male, just love the fact that there's an expensive apartment building on Fifth Avenue with this Trajan's eagle by way of Piranesi on the front of it. And the final slide that I shall show tonight is a slide that I've already shown, but it's the Arch of Constantine, because you know that it was with the Emperor Constantine that not that the Roman Empire came to an end, but that Rome, the city of Rome as the center of the empire, the seat of the empire, came to an end. Constantine moved headquarters to Byzantium, which he duly renamed Constantinople. And in Constantinople, the Roman Empire continued, and it also became, in art historical terms, its own thing, something that we call Byzantine.
Empire,
although we've not yet scheduled it, my next lecture, we will, I hope, schedule it soon. My next lecture in this series on the history of Western architecture will cover the architecture of Byzantium, Byzantine and early Christian architecture. So I hope that I will see you then. And I thank you all very, very much for sitting through tonight's talk.
Brother.
I look forward to doing this again. Thank you.
Thank you, Francis Brown. Those were excellent. Hold on. Did he end up doing that third? Oh, did I spell it wrong? Okay, we got another one. Save this to watch on stream. Do it with G. Definitely gonna save all of these. Already saved this one. Ooh. Did he do the Byzantine? Looks like he ended up not even doing the Byzantine Empire one. Dang. Maybe it's elsewhere. That was awesome though. That was really cool. Here's the hawk that he was talking about. Pale male. Guess it had babies. But you can see it nesting on top of the arch there. Red-tailed hawk. That makes sense. Some triumph arches in Paris. Oh yeah, look at that. I think for sure, because you know, with the bay, we're gonna do that castle build from when Bubs lived over there. I think we ought to do cathedrals around the same time. We gotta do more triumph arches and more like European stuff in that area. That'd be cool to do it up on that northern coast. Dude, if they build this, that'd be so sick. That triumphal arch. I'm pretty sure somewhere in Washington D.C., but it's just so cool how we incorporate stuff like this into our country. Western culture is so sick, bro. All right, give me a minute, and then we're gonna get into auto sorting and auto crafting. We were on last night, and we were trying to figure out a farm, and the farm that we had used the schematic for was using auto crafters, and we were like, we gotta learn how to do this, we gotta figure this out. So Bubs asked me to kind of go through it a little bit today, so we're gonna learn. But give me a minute, I'm gonna use the restroom and I'll be right back. Man, I feel sort of sad, bro. A little sad that was the last of Francis Marone's Greek stuff, Greek and Roman stuff. I would sit through a whole semester of listening to that guy. That was great. Man. Yeah, W video. W channel too. I guess I don't have it pulled up. I'll link the video in the video description. Put it in the comments. Anyway, let's get into auto crafting and auto sorting. So we were working on this yesterday. This is a schematic that Bubs had been looking at, and this is all of the redstone involved. So I think from what I can understand is the nuggets all go into here, and then it gets put into the auto sorter. The auto sorter crafts it into crafts it into ingots, which spits it into this auto crafter, which crafts it into blocks and spits it out into this right here. When the hopper is activated, it does something with the jukebox, which activates this. So it kind of works in a loop, I'm pretty sure. So it sends the signal this way to activate these again, and it works in a loop. So essentially, when it gets fed items, it crafts. I don't know what the freak this is. I think that now that I look at it, this is probably, with the comparator to it, it's probably a signal strength. So with the bone meal in there, it's probably giving off like a signal strength of 9, I'm guessing. Maybe it's 2. And then up here too, so all the rotten flesh gets sorted out and placed into here and burned up. There's actually lava right here. But for our design, we want to be keeping the lava, or not keeping the rotten flesh for trades. But I have a few videos saved, and we're gonna go through them and just kind of figure this out. Pull them up. Playlists, watch on stream. Sorry, it's gonna autoplay here, or maybe not. Boom.
The Athenian Acropolis must have been one of the best.
I spoke too soon. Okay. Watch Do we watch the Mumbo Jumbo one? Let's watch the Mumbo Jumbo one.
Auto crafting has been added to Minecraft.
Mumbo Jumbo's awesome. He's, I think he's part of Hermitcraft. He's one of the hermits. And he's more of the special, like, redstone. He's a redstoner. Sure.
Honestly, this was a huge surprise to me. This came so far out of left field. This to me was like the ability to dispense blocks. It's something that they could logically add into the game, but I feel like they never will. Auto crafting was in that camp. I thought they would never introduce it, and yet here we are inside the redstone menu. I now have myself a crafter. Bro. You're looking at my trousers. Now, this was my first time placing down the crafter. This is my first time interacting with it. I'm just basing what I'm doing right now off of what I saw during Minecraft Live. I'm going to be taking you through the journey of me learning how to use these things. And the first thing—
no, I don't want to do this. I want to know how to use it. I don't want to see you learn how to use it.
The Athenian
Go back to the playlist. This one. This one.
How to use the crafter in Minecraft 1.21. The crafter is a new block that allows you to automatically craft items from its inventory when it is powered. This is in the update for Minecraft 1.21, which isn't out yet, but you can try this by turning on the experiments when you're creating a new world. There could be changes to the crafter after this video if there are. I'll have a card on the top right to an updated video. How to get the crafter. The crafting recipe for the crafter is 5 iron ingots, a crafting table, 2 redstone dust, and a dropper in this pattern.
I have one of them. I've literally never touched it.
Otherwise it will be destroyed. How to use the crafter. When placing the crafter, it will face towards the player. The crafter is a directional block, so it can be faced up or down and will output the items from whichever direction the face is pointed. The crafter is similar to the dropper. There will be 9 inventory slots inside. It can be opened by right-clicking or interacting with it and will show this display. On the left is a 3x3 crafting grid, the redstone arrow in the middle, and a crafted item based on the items and placements in the slots. The red arrow will turn red when the crafter is crafting an item, or will stay on when it just has crafted an item. You can manually place items into the crafter's inventory slots. It uses the same crafting recipes as the crafting table, although you can't see the crafting recipes in it. You can disable slots when they are empty by clicking on them. If a recipe only requires 1 slot, you can disable the other 8. This is important if you want to craft specific items that require multiple slots or only need 1. The outside of the crafter looks like this. The top will have this grid on top, similar to the crafting grid. This will light up when the crafter is crafting an item or it is activated. There are 2 notches towards the back that will light up when the crafter is powered. This just means it is receiving a redstone signal. When these 2 notches turn on, there will be a slight squeaking sound. On the sides, there will be these things that look like ears that will switch on and off when the crafter crafts an item. The front of the crafter will have a face on it that will be the location it ejects or transfers items into another container. The mouth will open when the crafter is activated, and there will be a particle effect like the dispenser. The mouth will close after the activation. In this way, it is similar to the dropper, as the crafter can transfer items when crafted into a dispenser, dropper, hopper, shulker box, chest, trap chest, or another crafter.
Okay, so it works like a hopper basically, or a dropper or dispenser, where it can insert items into any of these if it's facing the mouth. So it works the same as these.
Dispenser, dropper, hopper, shulker box, chest, trap chest, or another crafter. If there isn't a container there, the crafted item will be ejected like a dispenser. Also, if the container is full or there is a block that it can't be put into, the item will be ejected anyways. Also, if you're crafting a recipe that has a byproduct like empty glass bottles or buckets, this will be transferred or ejected also. If you place a hopper underneath the crafter, items in the crafting grid will be transferred into the hopper. This will remove items before they are crafted. Hoppers, droppers, and other crafters can transfer items into the crafter. This can be facing into all 4 sides and the top, although the front-facing hopper would transfer the crafted item back into the crafter. The way that items are transferred is from the top left to the bottom right of the enabled slots if there is an empty slots. So unlike normally with a hopper where it goes left to right, the crafter will fill in empty slots first. Also, it will fill the lowest stack instead of going in order order. This is important because if you are crafting a specific recipe, having an empty slot, it could be filled with another item and could result in it not working. A lot of crafting recipes require a specific pattern to work. For the crafter to craft an item, it has to receive a redstone signal and waits 2 redstone ticks or 0.2 seconds before crafting or ejecting the crafted item based on the items in the crafting grid. Nothing will happen if there isn't an item that can be crafted. This means that you can make the crafter automatically craft items with a redstone signal. Similar to the droppers and dispensers, it only crafts items when the redstone signal is activated and won't if still powered, so you will have to turn this signal on and off to have the crafter craft items. One of the other differences is that the crafter doesn't have quasi-connectivity. This originally was a bug in Java Edition and at this point is a feature. It allows pistons, dispensers,
Quasi-connectivity is so this block, this lamp is transferring the redstone signal down to this piston from above.
Originally was a bug in Java Edition and at this point is a feature. It allows pistons, dispensers, and droppers to be powered if the block above them would be activated. Crafters do not have this. One thing to really consider is how quickly you want to have the crafter be activated by redstone. An example is if you use the crafter to craft gold ingots into a block of gold. Gold ingots have multiple recipes, so you don't have a full crafting grid. The crafter could craft gold pressure plates or gold nuggets. It might be better to have a long delay before it crafts items. With redstone comparators that are facing out from the crafter, it can emit a signal from reading the crafter. The signal will be 0 to 9. This is based on the number of slots disabled and if the other slots have items in it. For example, if you have 5 disabled slots and only have 1 item in it, it will output a signal of 6. This could be useful for turning off the crafter if the crafting grid isn't full. Or you could also use the redstone comparator to activate the crafter when all the slots are full. In conclusion, this is going to be a very useful block. It is going to make storage a lot easier as you can craft items like melon slices into melons. Also, you can craft dried kelp into dried kelp blocks to use them as fuel, or craft bamboo into bamboo blocks or planks. There is going to be a lot of applications for the crafter, especially in farms.
Yeah, and that's what we're doing. We're trying to do farms, bro. All right. I was also looking. Oh, I was looking at the auto sorting. So essentially, what we're trying to do is we're trying to auto sort 3 different items. It'd be like swords, nuggets, or I guess gold, and it'd be swords, nuggets, ingots, and rotten flesh. Those 4 items that we'd have to sort. Swords would go into a smelter, ingots would go get auto crafted, and then the nuggets would get auto crafted, and all of that would get crafted again into blocks if we want, and then the rotten flesh would just be collected. I think the we're gonna kind of follow along here if we can. I'm just gonna build this.
Here's how to build it.
I've done this before, so I don't really need to learn this. We're gonna follow along, and also just a heads up, it is sort of like a. He does do sort of a YouTube voice, so bear with me. Let's find a spot where we can go do this real quick.
This really simple auto sorter in Minecraft Java and Bedrock Edition. You could download this world, first link in the description.
Boom. Materials. $22 chests. 21 blocks. We're gonna do the special smooth stone. 20 hoppers. 5 redstone torches. 5 redstone repeaters, 5 redstone comparators, 15 redstone. Alright, it's pretty easy.
The The first thing you want to do for this is decide how many items you want to sort. For me, I'm going to sort 5 items, although like I mentioned, you can sort as many or as little items as you want. So like I just said, I'm going to sort 5 items. So the first thing you want to do is place down 1 chest for every item that you're going to sort. And then I'm going to make these double chests just because I like having the extra storage.
By the way.
And then I'm
That's
also going to make these 2 chests high, sorry. You don't have to make them 2 chests high. I just like to have the extra storage for every single one of the items. Now come around to the back and place 1 hopper into the back of every single one of these chests, making sure that all of the prongs of the hoppers go into the chest so it looks like this.
Easy.
Now coming behind these hoppers, go 1 block away and then place down 1 block behind every single one of the hoppers like that. Now come around to here, take 1 redstone torch and place it on the block, not on the ground but on the block, and again place 1 behind every single one of the hoppers. Now coming over here, you want to take 1 redstone repeater and face it in this direction, making sure it looks like this, and then of course place 1 of those behind all of them as well.
Okay.
Now what you want to do is behind all of the hoppers, take 3 blocks like that, 1 block down, and then of course do that behind all of your hoppers. I think by now you guys get that you want to do it behind every single one of them, so I'm just going to stop saying that.
Yeah.
So now it should be looking something like this. The next thing you want to do is take 1 piece of redstone and place it on those 3 blocks. And then just like that, there we go. Now take a redstone comparator, face in this direction and place it like that, making sure that the 1 redstone side is towards the redstone and the 2 redstone side is towards these hoppers.
Okay.
And then I'm going to place 5 down like that. Now what you want to do is take 1 hopper and lead it into the comparator. Make sure when you do it, the little thingy, the prong, looks like this. It's not going into the hopper. Make sure it's going into the comparator. This is really important. A lot of people see like this. That's not going to work. When you're doing it, make sure it's facing into the comparator just like that.
Okay.
A lot of people have issues with this farm. It's because they're facing it into the hopper, not into that. So now your farm should be looking something like this.
All right.
We're now done the redstone portion of the build. All we have to do now is decide which item we want to go inside of all of the chests. And we also have to set up a garbage chest, which we're going to do right now. If you don't know, a garbage chest is a chest where all the items that don't have a designated chest are going to go. So if you sort 5 items here, but you put in a 6th item that's not being sorted, it's going to go into this final chest. For me, I'm going to put it on this side. So what you want to do is take 1 block, place it beside the hoppers, and then place a chest on top of that block. Now you want to take your remaining hoppers and lead them into that chest so it looks like this. Now the final thing you want to do is take 1 final chest and put it on the opposite side of this one.
That's how quickly you lose me, man.
Now the final thing you want to do is take 1 final chest and put it on the opposite side of this one. So I'm going to put it right there. This is where you're going to actually put all of the items to be sorted throughout the entire machine. Okay. So now your farm should be looking like this. Now these are the 5 items I'm going to be sorting. On top of those, you're going to need 1 random block. Doesn't matter what this block is, I'm just going to use dirt. In this hopper that is leading into the comparator, this is where you're going to want to do all of this. What you want to do is open up that hopper, and let's say I want to do diamonds for this hopper here. What you want to do is take your random item and put it in those 4 spots, and then in this 5th spot, you want to put the item that you want to sort.
Wait,
now you're going to see this is going to tick down. It should tick. What you want to do is take your random, use dirt. In this hopper that is leading into the comparator, this is where you're going to want to do all of
the one into the comparator. Okay. I'll just use blocks.
this. What you want to do is open up that hopper, and let's say I want to do diamonds for this hopper here. What you want to do is take your random item and put it in those 4 spots, and then in this 5th spot you want to put the item that you want to sort. Now you're going to see this is going to tick down. It should tick all the way down until 41 items. If you see this stops at 41, you know that you have done this correctly.
Okay.
Here you go, it stops at 41, and then you can go into this chest down here and collect the remaining items. Now go ahead and do that for however many item sorters you want to have.
Pause. We're gonna do gold nuggets. But we're gonna get like swords. We're going to get like shovels. We're going to get spears. We're going to get a whole bunch of different stuff though. That makes it complicated. Well, we can at least auto sort other stuff. Doesn't really matter. So it takes down to 45. 41. There we go. Nice. All right, it's working.
If you've done it correctly as well, you should see that this comparator turns on and the torch underneath turns off. Alrighty, so as you're going to see now, I have my 5 items that I'm sorting and 1 item that I'm not sorting. I'm going to put it all inside of this chest right here, and as you're going to see, they're going to be taken by that chest, and then they're going to be sorted properly into these chests. You can see these should all fill up to 24. There we go. And this one should be at 2 because I put 2 items in, and then those final pieces of wood should go into this final chest, and your auto sorter is completed. That's going to be all for today's video. You could download this exact world that I'm playing on here. It's the first link in the description, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Blazed MC out.
Cool.
How to use the...
Is it working? Brother. Did I do this wrong? That one's working. That one's not working. Okay, it's working. Why is it not working? Why is it? It's like not updating unless I open the chest. That's so weird, bro. What the freak? Anyway, well, that's basically how I remember doing it before, so that's cool. So basically, we'd want to sort all of these items, and then from these, we send them to an auto crafter. Let's see, where's the auto crafter? Right here. I did see a design. Let's see. Not that one. This one. This is only a minute.
In this video, I'm going to show you
This one has an even worse YouTube voice.
how to make an automatic crafter in Minecraft. It's really easy to build and you can throw all of your items into this chest and it will craft whatever item you want it to craft. As you can see right here, I throw in some iron ingots and I get some iron blocks. So this crafter, you will select the amount of item slots you'll use in your crafter.
I just need to see the other
And
side
right
here.
here you can see all of the crafting happening. So to build this auto crafter, you will need 2 building blocks, 2 crafters,
Okay, wait. Boom. He's got a block. Probably have to watch it anyway.
two compactors, 1 chest, 1 hopper, 1 repeater and 1 piece of redstone. So grab all of your items and then we can start. So start off by placing down a crafter like this, place a compactor right there, go to this side and place another compactor down.
Boom, okay. Better.
Down like this, place your crafter right there and then select the amount of slots you want your crafter to use. So if you're making an iron block, select all 9 slots, and if you're only making some iron doors, only select 6 of the slots. So place a full block right there, go to this side, place some redstone there, a repeater like this, and another full block right there. Then place a hopper on top of this crafter and a chest on top of this hopper. Now you can just put all of the items your recipe requires into this chest. So let's just grab some iron ingots and throw it in this chest. We'll just wait a bit, and as you can see right there, it will start crafting iron blocks. I really hope you found this video helpful, and thanks for leaving a like and subscribing. I will see you in the next video.
Woo! Thanks, bro. Sorry I dissed on your voice. Check it out. So we could easily do this with the ingots. So basically what it's doing is it is sending a redstone signal every time it receives a signal of 9. So the comparator looks at this crafter, which is set to 9, and that it is sending a signal to this. Every time it fills up, it'll auto craft it. Wonder what happens if we do this. Nothing. Hold on. See, it's like, I wonder if we set it to 1. What happens? Nothing. Wait. Because this turns it into just redstone, right? Maybe like this. Am I wrong? You will leave all of these open again? Hold on. Okay, there we go. Okay. Still didn't work. So I guess this design only works for what we would need it for anyway. It's not going to do anything. Interesting. It's tricky. But we got this. Let's see. Where's maybe some nuggets. Nice. And then we could yeah, see, that messes it up. Now it's not going to craft anything. Okay. Now we could put it into another auto crafter. Yo, I wonder if we could put chest right here. Probably do like the same thing. Hold on. I think you can also use, what is this? Don't need that. You can also use a like a librarian lectern. Okay, wait, let's try this out. So it's gonna craft this, spit it into the other crafter. Okay, it's not crafting yet. This is good. I'm gonna need more nuggets. And then once this fills up, it should send a signal and craft the gold block. And then put it in here. Alright, moment of truth. Oh, I ran out of nuggets. No way. Wait, did I? Hey, it worked. It worked. Oh, but then it crafted the excess. I wonder if we got to space it out so that it doesn't receive any signal from this block. That might be a problem. That's sick though. It's kind of slow, but I guess that doesn't matter. You'll be sitting there killing piglins anyway. Oh, I ran out again. I'm just gonna add a bunch. Oh, and I know what's happening too is this chest. Oh, it's a trap chest. That's a problem. So that's why it was being weird. Hold on. Functional blocks. I need to just add a normal chest here. Because the trap chest does give off a redstone signal. Alright, let's see. Please. It doesn't work. Okay. Is it facing the wrong way? Oh, it's facing the wrong way. Maybe it'll... Should reset it. It breaks so easily. Let's see. Should work here. One more. Damn. That's because I didn't place it right again, bro. There we go. Okay. One more try. See if it works this time. Okay. It's 1, 2. Should craft on this one. 3. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, nuggets go in the top, get crafted into ingots, spits it out into here, which crafts it into blocks. And it only sends a redstone signal for it to craft when it looks at this crafter, which has a signal of 9. So once it has all 9 filled, it crafts it and then sends it. Hell yeah. There we go. Easy. Easy design. There we go. The double auto crafter. So now what we would need to do is take this, and then the nugget one feeds into this chest, and then we could probably do a hopper that feeds into this one with the ingots. I wonder how that would work. Let's just let's copy this. Let's copy this. Clone this. And then we'll feed it into the auto sorter here, or into the auto crafter here. Where's good? Right there. And I'm gonna reduce this too. Just gonna get rid of this, and then everything will get sorted into just the two. We'll just focus on the ingots and the nuggets. Okay. So I think it's this. You look at the ones right here. We got nuggets, get ingots. And that should be sorting. I don't know why it's not. Interesting. Interesting that it's not working. These are trap chests. Why am I accidentally using trap chests here? It's probably what's messing me up. Oop. Here we go. Oh, I know what's going on. There used to be reds, or there used to be a comparator or repeater. Let's see, repeater. There we go. Now let's try. That's a trap chest too. Nope. There we go. All right, give me all the materials. Give me things that we can sort. Oh, and then everything, so if it once it passes over, if it's not either an ingot or a nugget, it goes into this chest. So if I put flesh, it all ends up in here. So that could be like the third sorting option. So like for swords and spears and everything that's like not necessarily flesh, nuggets, ingots, it all goes into this chest, and then this one can go into the smelter. So maybe we'll make this like a double chest. Yo, we can actually have it loop back. That's a trap chest. I'm getting real sick of the trap chests. Hold on. And then that can go into a smelter. Or I guess I called it a smelter furnace. But it wouldn't be rotten flesh. Okay. Watch, I can probably stack this, look. There we go. Now we have 3. There we go. All right, those are the 3 items here. Let me label them. It's ingots, nuggets, flesh. Perfect. All right, and then we would have to have... So this is where everything gets spit out. But we could do this like facing down maybe if we wanted. Ingots would go in here. Nuggets would go into here. All right, hold up. Breaking this. I'm gonna break it a little bit. Cool. Okay, so everything should end up in here now. It's gonna be kind of crazy here. So now ingots flow into here. Okay, and then that's still working. And then I wonder if it would break it if I did that, but let's do this. And then nuggets. Oop. Nuggets go into here. So now it's filling up even faster because we got the nuggets going. And then everything ends up in here. And then what we could do is all of the... I'll put a bunch of swords in here. All of the swords and everything. Let's see, is this the nuggets one, right? Shoot. There we go. So wait. Let me grab like a bunch of swords. We fuel for this. Give me a bunch of golden swords. Boom. Golden swords should all end up in here. And then they get smelted. And then the nugget travels through here. See a nugget travel, maybe. Yep. Nugget travels through there to join the other nuggets. Yep. But I wonder if this is gonna mess it up. It might be fine because everything is just getting pulled out of it anyway, but it goes down into here. I wonder if... What is this one again? This is... Yeah, does this mess it up? Does this end up clogging it? I wonder. I'll put some... Yeah, it's getting pulled. It's getting pulled from this one. Shoot. Maybe do like this then. I mean, it's not going to be exactly like this, right? See, now this is probably messed up. Let's see. Yep. And just like that, it gets broken. Let's see again. That should work. That should be fine now. Shouldn't be messing it up now. Hell yeah. Oh, except for I wonder... This redstone torch is probably stopping this hopper here. Hold on. We'll see if it gets stuck. This will all be tweaked later. I'm just trying to figure out how everything would work. See if it gets stopped in this hopper. Yep. Okay. So we'll have to figure out something else for the smelting. What we'll probably do is change this one out. This is probably the simplest option here. Like literally just swap them out. And we'll change it up. So now this one will be nuggets. This one will be ingots. Which means that these would have to be changed. Okay. All right, let me do this real quick. This one is going to be ingots. The other one's going to be nuggets. Okay. And everything that's not that gets smelted and then put into the ingots one. Nuggets one goes into this. Boom. And then the ingots one. Oop. I'm literally just gonna stack this sideways. That probably messed it up. The ingots one just goes into this one. And then we shouldn't have any problems now. Here we go. So now it should... Let's go put a bunch of materials in the top. Some random stuff in there. Oh, but it's gonna mess it up now. Hold on, I can take it out before it messes it up. We're really only gonna get swords, ingots, and nuggets, and rotten flesh. Swords, spears, probably axes. It's only gold, right? I'm pretty sure. We don't get like silver or anything. Silver, I mean iron. Let's see. Why is it doing that? Why is it giving me... Why is it putting... Hold on. Why is it putting nuggets in here, bro? Let's try that again. Let's see. Shouldn't be putting any nuggets into the or any ingots into the nugget chest. Let's see. Smelted all the swords. It doesn't interfere with anything. Goes straight into the... Alright, sorting ingots now. I wonder maybe... We don't need a chest right there. We could just have a hopper. But none of these hoppers are facing the wrong way. So it shouldn't cause any issues. There shouldn't be any nuggets ending up in that, and any ingots. I keep mixing them up, but you know what I mean. Everything should be going in the right place. Okay, we're still cruising. This is what we want. We want everything to end up as a block of gold. Or in the rotten flesh chest. I'll be right back. I gotta pee. A whole lot. See, now I wonder how you would make a rocket factory, because since it's two different ingredients, it's not as simple as you just block it out and then it crafts, you know, every time it gets filled. Because you'd have to have paper and gunpowder. So I wonder how that would all work. And if you wanted to do like different rockets, I wonder how that would work too. Because you know there's like level 1, 2, and 3 of rockets. This is super cool though. I've literally never done auto crafting before. This is it's all new for me. Looks like we got it working too. I'm gonna do a few more swords, just make sure it's still working. Should be only nuggets that end up going through there. Hold on, just to get a sword going. Sword. I want to see it go into the nugget chest. There we go. I, of course, would simplify this so that probably these two are literally just underneath. You know what? Let's just do that right now. And it's in the right orientation. That's great. Okay. Let me move. Yeah, literally just like that. Okay. So hold on. Let me load it up real quick. Make sure it still works. Okay. I suppose also we wouldn't even need the double chest here because it would just flow through directly to the auto crafter. Like we wouldn't need this as a storage. This is why you would have it as a double chest. Yeah, this is working. This is sick. All right, so here's how this works. Put all the items in here. They go through these hoppers, and on the way to this chest, it'll either pick up rotten flesh, golden ingot, or golden nugget. So if it's not any of those three items, it ends up in here, which for our farm, it's going to either be swords, shovels, axes, golden stuff. Ends up in here, gets smelted to nuggets, which ends up in the nugget side, the nugget chest. The nugget chest goes into the auto crafter here and fills up, crafts into ingots. It fills up by checking this blocked out crafter. So every time that this fills up, it sends a signal to auto craft this into a ingot. The crafter is facing into this auto crafter, so every time it crafts an ingot, it spits it into this crafter, which is doing the same thing. It's just looking at this blocked out crafter. Every time it fills up, crafts a gold block. Wow, the timing is crazy. Craft a gold block, please. Oh, we're out of materials. Wow. It's making fun of me. Oh. I just messed it up. Doesn't move out of that chest. That's interesting. It only moves out of the bottom chest. There we go. And then it crafts a gold block. Well, everything ends up in here. This is basically the auto sorter for the gold farm that we built. So we can actually go up and take it. I wonder if I could just implement it now, and then we could take the schematic in. Place it. This one's a little bit more. We're trying to make it so it's more like the creeper farm, so it's not necessarily automatic. So whenever we want to just go up there. We just killed the mobs. But here, I'm gonna take all of this out. This one also had like an auto sorting mechanic going, where it auto sort all the items through. I can see it now with the redstone there. And then what it looked like it was doing was it was watching this every time the crafter reached this redstone signal, which I'm assuming is also 9. It would craft an item, spit it into here. Or I guess this one will spit it into here, and then it would craft a gold block. A little different from what I just made. I feel like mine's a little more simplified. We're literally just going to take this and connect it here from the chest. Let's see. Clone it. I have some issues here with space. Suppose I don't even need that chest there, huh? I can just connect it directly to the hopper here. Like so. Boom. Here we go. All right, and then we would have to spawn proof it as well. Oh, shoot. I didn't copy the floor here. I just messed it up. Got some floating items. What is it over here? Peter? Lord, I messed it up, dude. Now it's like permanently on. Oh, it's because I placed the comparator wrong. There we go. Now it's fixed. All right, now let's try this out. But yeah, they should all fall to their death. Take these out just so we can see. Yeah, rotten flesh. Oh, there we go. I just saw it craft. Hey, all right, it's working. Nice. Nice. I'm sure that can be simplified in some way. And it's not done because obviously we will be building the platform up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks from the top. So that we can just sit here and farm them. And then we'll get more drops, more swords. And XP as well. It's funny how some of them survive here. Nice, okay. Learned all that. That was pretty good. And then two, we'll have a... I wonder if I could just paste this. Literally just paste this in. We have a carpet duper over here somewhere. Where did I put the carpet duper? Hold on. Carpet duper might be like over here or something. Probably gonna get some frame drops while I'm flying around. Look at this. This is stupid. I was just learning how to move items. So it just moves the items along in a circle. Auto dispenses everything. Oh, and then this is a crazy smelter. This is a smelter from day 6. It's like kind of not connected, but this thing is nuts. You put the materials in the top here. Hold on. Like, opens the gate. Oh, it's so crazy. Watch it fill up, too. Fills up, opens the gate. That's so crazy. Yeah. Okay, I don't have the carpet duper over here. We'll just have to build it. We'll build it in the world. I'm really too worried. Carpet dupers are super easy. But we'll build a carpet duper going into this. Just adds fuel to the furnace there. Dang. Alright, let's hop into the server. That was pretty enlightening. Not really, I know I said I was gonna make the propylate today. I said like for the past week I was gonna make the propylate, but we're not gonna make the propylate today. We're gonna go in and we'll maybe I'll copy this design. Take out all of this so it doesn't give us any trouble. Oh, and then this will need to be spawn proofed. I'm pretty sure they can't spawn on redstone, but just to be safe. Same with chests. I don't think they can spawn on chests, but I'll add it later if we have problems, you know. I think it's just solid blocks. So maybe the auto crafters down here, and that's it. Yeah, we got the crafter blocked off. I think I literally only need to copy like this thing, and then I'll just add this in. Like that make more sense. Give me a stick. Oh, I need to start the server. I clicked on. But I clicked on it. There we go. Now we're starting the server up. Call it Gold Farm Auto Redstone. I'm so bad at typing. Sick. It's beautiful. And if we wanted to, so we don't have to alter the design too much, you know, we could put hoppers. I did this wrong, but you know what I mean. The hoppers right here, and then some sort of like dispenser maybe. Or maybe just we do a hopper tower that just brings it all the way down from a chest up here. We'll figure it out. Just like brought it all the way down. It's not right. All the spouts are facing the wrong way, but you know what I mean. Sick. Oh, and then I'll add the carpet duper going into this. That should be really easy. All right, server's online. Nice. Let's get into it. Oh, we're already in the nether. Damn. Having scaffolding on me is crazy. I mean, it's still kind of working. I think, bro, if it's okay, I might take all this out and do the auto crafting right now. I think I can literally load the schematic here. Let's see. Yeah, just like that. Alright, I'm gonna take all this out and see if we can just build the new one. Still have no idea what the jukebox is for. It had to be for redirecting a redstone signal. I'm unsure. I gotta remember I'm in survival now. I'm like so used to creative, I'm just gonna like try to double jump instead of fly. Okay. I guess not note, or not a jukebox, it's a note block, huh? Oh, holy. Put the rotten meat in a chest over here now. I guess all the rotten meat ended up still going through. I think I'm gonna leave the scaffolding here. I don't know how to place scaffolding. It's weird. Here we go. Let me go grab everything that fell. I might have everything I need. I think I need 2 more auto crafters, 3 more auto crafters. Wait, weren't there 2 auto crafters in this build? I only got 1. Hopefully not. Okay. Let's put all this away and then we'll go make sure we get everything else that we need. Should be basically the same materials. I got an auto crafter in here. It's looking about right. It's looking about what we need here. What was it? It was a dropper, iron, redstone, and a crafting table. we go. Perfect. We can just use stone bricks. I don't need to be getting crazy. Do I have a random block I can also use, like dirt? Yeah, we got dirt. Get dirt in here. I'll do that later. Alright, anything else we need? Turn this on. It should be pretty quick. This should be pretty easy. So annoying. There's not like a certain number of free slots in your hotbar, it like freaks out and doesn't want to place. Yeah, look, it's being annoying. Go. It's the auto crafter. This one doesn't need to be facing any particular direction, so I'm not too worried. Oh, yeah, I placed the wrong thing there. Okay. And this one does need to be placed right. Just like that. Just like that. And we'll use just regular stone bricks here. Okay. Oh, that's facing wrong. Need more chests. Again, I think it could be simplified. I'm not super interested though. So bro, also, I'm sitting down here and tons of them are falling down. Also, tons of them are surviving the fall, which doesn't make any sense. I think they're landing on each other. Thank you. I don't necessarily need... So you gotta fix that, huh? Don't necessarily need to have those facing the right direction, but whatever. As long as they're all double chests here. Okay. Should have a happy gas in here for this. Be a little easier. Oh. What did I just do? Place that, I guess. I'm gonna do the layers thing. At least for this part. This is gonna be a little annoying because I'm not using the right block, but oh. I should just also get rockets. I'm almost out. Oh, is it downward facing? Oh, Lord. It is kind of a pain to be doing this. Flightmatica. Oh, I did place those right. Wait, why don't I have any more redstone torches? Only had one. I was gonna say I did place those right. They just weren't didn't have a signal. So now they're right. Okay, let's go back up there. This thing looks crazy. Bro, I think, look how many are surviving, bro. We could just chill down here. Some of them die, some of them survive. Hold on, how do I place this? Then I do need Peter down here, maybe. Other Peter's facing the right way. Yeah, they are. And then these ones we put like the dart. Do I have a furnace on? I don't have a furnace. too. Oh! Let me grab a furnace. Pretty sure I got one. Yeah, there we go. Is there anything else I need for this? That's it. Hey, dude, look how many are surviving. This is, like, we can do both. We can do both just like this, pretty sure. Or we can do the platform up there, either way. Question is, why isn't it on? Why isn't it turned on? I'm missing something down here. Oh, I need to put the materials in. Hold on. I think that's the last step. I think that's done. Yeah, you got some here. Give me the dirt. And also there should be just a ton of stuff in here too. Yep. Okay. Alright, so what was it? It was ingots. Nuggets. Nuggets, ingots, and rotten flesh. Like that. Let's see if it works. That broke it. Why isn't it working? Why is it not working? Why can I not take this? Oh, it's because it's not giving it a redstone signal, which is... Look at everything here. Is it that this is in the wrong place? Try to manually do it here. Why is this yellow? Okay, so it's repeating to this block, which will activate the... activate it. It's comparing with this block, which is outputting to here. both of these are on, which makes sense. But I wonder... I wonder if we gotta place these a certain way. Ah, I placed hoppers there for some reason. I misplaced those. There we go. Okay, that was literally it. It was just because there's hoppers right there. There we go. That's our first block of gold. Dude. Dude. Okay, wait. And then let's see if I have any fuel. We'll test out the furnace as well. Do I have anything to use it as fuel? I got a bunch of wood, I think. Let me put these away. I have a bunch of wood I can use. Oh, there's like a shulker with just coal in it. Oh, I need one more hopper too to connect it. Oh, then give me like a slab or something, right? Yeah, give me these. There we go. It should start auto sorting all of this. Oh, don't need to do that. All the rotten flesh goes in there. Probably gonna be sorting a lot of flesh for now. This fuel in. That's all connected. Okay. I guess maybe right here. It's still sorting all the rotten flesh. Okay. Dude. I think we got it, bro. Hold on. Oh yeah, we got nuggets going through. Hold on. We just fly around again. It's filling up. Dude. Let's go. There we go. Alright, so check it out. I've set it up so that it sorts any different weapon items, the ingots, the nuggets, and the rotten flesh. So some of them still survive, so I've just been killing them through this hole here. I think once it gets to a lot of them, they'll start landing on each other and then it'll build up. But anyway, everything goes through these hoppers and it gets caught in either rotten flesh hopper, gold ingot hopper, or gold nugget hopper, and they all go into these chests. anything that's not any of those 3 items, like swords, axes, hoes, spears, whatever, goes into this chest, which gets smelted and goes into the nugget chest. Nugget chest feeds into the auto crafter here, which fills up. It compares with this blocked out crafter. So every 9, it sends a signal and crafts it, which feeds into here, which also does the same thing and crafts into gold blocks. Let's go. Dude. This is perfect. And then look, like some of them still survive, so you gotta like, can't even reach this guy. Maybe I'll expand this. Maybe I'll just do this like all the way around, right? But oh, didn't mean to do that with the sword. It's like you only need to hit 1 and then they all come for you. See, is the furnace on? I want to see the furnace work. Yeah, that's a problem too. Like any items, even if it's not like a sword or a spear or anything, it's gonna still get crafted in there or put into the furnace, so it could clog the furnace. Dude. Here we go though. I think also I can be sitting down here and it still works. I've been doing this for a minute and a ton of them, while I was even building it, a ton of them were coming down. Oh, I just tried to craft my shulker box there. Okay. Oh. Alright, wait. Let me fly to the top though and watch it. Dude. That's crazy. Oh, and then we gotta get rid of... Gotta spawn proof this or get rid of this platform here. I'm just gonna, I'll move it. I'll move it real quick. I'm gonna move all your stuff, bro. I know you got your tools and everything in here, so I'm not gonna lose it. Oh. There we go. Yeah, look, some of them still survive. Oh, I just saw a sword drop. It's probably gonna take a minute for it to... Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, let's go, dude. That dude has 5 gold blocks already. Alright, bro, I'm gonna put all your stuff just like right here. I don't understand how some of them survived the fall. Doesn't make any sense. Oh. I don't know how he spawned right there. Sick. Alright. Well, I think that's all I'm going to be doing. Look at that work, dude. Probably just sit here and AFK that for a bit. Keep going through my day. I'm gonna, go work out, go make food, and just sort of chill out for the rest of the day. Hope you have a wonderful day as well. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will be back on Monday. I'm gonna be, of course, gone for Saturday and Sunday as usual, and then we'll be back for some more antiquity, some more Greek and Roman inspired building, and we'll probably find another video over the weekend. I'll do some research, see what we can watch. W. Francis Moreau, those two parts were pretty awesome. Took us a while to get through them, but with the limited time that I have to be on here, it was really good. And I feel sort of melancholy now that we've finished these videos. I sort of grew to like him. He reminds me of professors that I had in college who were kind of a little bit corny, a little bit self-aware of their age, and also, but very, very knowledgeable in what they taught and what they were into. Very passionate about what they're into as well. So, anyway, we'll be back on Monday. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you later. All right, boys. Peace out.